All right, guys. We will start in a second. All right, guys. We will start in a second. Okay. Let's see here. Da, da, da. Okay. All right. Let's get started here. Welcome to the live session, Wednesday, April 2nd. So, we've been waiting for today for about a month. And here we go. Today was Tariffs Day. And we had rallied into the day all day. And then it fell off after hours pretty hard. So, let's take a look at what we've been seeing. So, we had that drop from here, right? That we talked about a few weeks ago. And then we bounced at this level here, this lower end channel, okay, and then we targeted this area to get puts, right? So a couple weeks ago we said get long term puts here, okay, and that was the peak area that we said get long term puts, get puts, hedge up, whatever you do. We could have went a little higher, but it didn't. It just hit this level here, and pretty much fell off. Okay, and then we came back. We touched that level again today and fell off again. All right. So, a couple things could happen right here. Okay, and what is it? Well, we could see that when we touched that level here, we also touched that 50, right? And then we dropped. Okay. So that's that. Okay, that's telling us okay, that was good rejection and we go down. Okay. But is it over yet? Not quite. Okay. Then we come down here and we bounce back up and we hit this level here. And then we drop. Okay. And now we're hitting this area here. Okay, this 54.81 level. 51.81 exactly. Okay, we hit that 51.81 level. Okay, and it's bouncing here, whatnot. Okay. Now, let's see. Okay, am I good there? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, everything's good. All right. So, now what's the plan? Okay, what's the deal with everything that's going on? Well, here's the thing. So what we have here, right, is a large bear flag, right? So we came here. This was the area where we loaded up. We load up puts. Okay, we came back down. Okay, we bounced right here and we hit that area again and we fell back down. Okay, so this is a large bear flag there. So if we go on a weekly chart, we could see this bear flag here. All right, we got a squeeze firing down, RSI below 50 on the weekly. So, and we're technically today, or after hours at least, not today, but after hours, we are below the channel. So, what happens here? Well, again, two things are going to happen here. Number one, this bear flag could fire and we break down and we end up going down here. Okay, 51.75. 51.75. Okay. All right, 51.75. Okay, and on the way down, we will hit 533.33. Okay. So let's just create that 533.33. Okay, 533.33 and then 551.75. Okay. So we see that the 20 SMA on the monthly is 53.50. Okay, correlates with that 553.33. Okay, and then essentially our main target was going to be that 4,800. Okay, and that 50 SMA on the monthly should correlate with that if it gets there. Okay, now that could happen. That's what the bear flag is essentially telling us it's going to do. That's why we got long-term puts here. Okay, we still have those long-term puts. Okay, you should have got some long-term May and June, April, May, and maybe June puts here. And we did get some calls here as we were saying, okay, what's going on? Because we did have a bullish divergence. We did have a bullish divergence on where was it? On the daily. It was on the daily here. So we had this low, and then we had this low, and we had a higher low, and we came up, but we never made a new high. Okay, we made a lower high, and now we had a lower low. Okay, so that's essentially telling us basically correlating with this downtrend and saying what that could possibly be is this. So that there could be forming this downtrending channel. We're not quite sure yet because it's a brand new channel, right? So we only got one hit on the bottom, one hit on the top. So that could be forming that downtrending channel, and we could be make that downtrending channel down to 533, 571, and 4,800. But for here, what we're seeing here right now is after hours is after hours, right? We can't do anything about after hours. After hours is closed. We're not messing around with after hours, unless you're playing futures or something. But what we see here is ES hit that 54.81 and it bounced. Okay, and it's bouncing up here and it's holding this level here. Okay, and that level is 55.40. Okay, so it's holding 55.40. Now, if it could continue to hold that level into tomorrow and get back over 55.89, now that's a key level right there, 55.89. If it could get back over that, this could recover back up towards this area here. Okay, and if it does that, then that drop is pretty much null and void, right? And we're still in the downtrend, right? But we're gonna be so close to the previous channel, the uptrending channel, that it might try to attempt it. And if it does try to attempt it, then this could be a possible double bottom. Okay, that's a situation. That's a possible situation. That's situation number 2, right? So our first situation is you could drop, fall, and we go lower and lower and lower. We fire the bear flag. Bear flag's fired. We continue to drop. Okay, second scenario is we hold that 54.81, and then we get back over 55.40, and we bounce back into 55.90. And if we could go with that 55.90, then it has a possibility of attempting to get back into this longer term weekly channel, right? So, see, we got in here, okay, and then this, we hit it and we bounced a little, we lost it, and then here, this week's not over yet, okay? So if this weekly candle is able to get back in to above 590, and then you get back into 56.50. If we could do that, then this could turn into a reversal week, and then we'll have to see next week if that follows through. But if we can't get near 56.50, and we can't get over 55.90, then we're just gonna drop. We're gonna drop. Okay, so that's the deal. That's the two scenarios that could play out, right? So we see that on the hourly, we hit that 54.41. And we bounce there. We're right at that 55.40 right now. Okay, we're at 55.41. Now, if that 55.41 holds, and we're able to get that 55.90, that's going to be a big deal, and that's going to take us to 55.50. And if we get to 55.50, then that by the end of the week, that will hold us till next week. Okay, because that's going to be right where the channel is for the longer term. But if we can't get over 55.90, we reject it. Say we bounce here, we reject it. Okay, we just fill that little gap. We reject it and come back down, and we can't stay above 55.40. Then we're not going to be able to stay above 5,500. We're going to lose it, and then start heading lower to 53.33. Okay. So those are our two scenarios that we're looking at. Okay, this is the 4 hour, and you can see on the 4 hour, we do have a little bullish divergence there, but it's not quite. It's there, but it's not quite verified yet. Okay, so we did make a lower low here, and then we made a high, and then we made a lower low here, but a higher low here, but it's not confirmed yet. Need to turn it around and go. And really see this turn up and get back above 50. If that could happen, then this has definitely a positive situation that we could get back here. Okay, if we get back there, then if we get back to 55.90 in the morning, tomorrow morning, then there's a good chance that we come back to that 56.50. Now we don't, and we're still below in this area, then there's no chance that we get back over there, and we're just going to continue on falling, and all the puts that we have should work out. Okay. So that's the idea on ES. Okay. Now we can go into SPY and check that out. Okay, so SPY, we had that downtrend. We hit the upper end of that downtrend. We showed you this downtrend last week, okay? And I said, okay, we'll break this low, but if we could hold that 59.50, then, this could be a potential double bottom, right? This could be a potential double bottom, and it could go. As you can see on SPY, it was forming a little bullish divergence there. Right there. Okay. So it was forming that bullish divergence. Stochastics was going. It failed to break down. It made a new low, but it held and it rallied up with really good volume. Okay, so that was telling us, hey, there's a possibility that this still goes up. Hit the upper end of the channel there, right here, and the 20 SMA. And then now we dropped. Now we're at 548.50, right? Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, now we hit 543. And then we're here at 548.50. Now, here, on the flip side, on SPY, if we could get back above 549.50, okay, then we have a chance to go to 556.66. And if we come back and we open near 556.66, then we have a chance to take it back up to 563. Okay, and if that happens by the end of the week, this still could be that double bottom situation, because on SPY, we could see on the daily, we already have that double bottom, right? So clear that out. We already have this double bottom bullish divergence kind of action here. Okay, we already have that. We already have that formation. Okay, we also have, bear flag formation. Okay, so it's really important that we hold that double bottom at 549.50. So we hold that bottom at 549.50 right there, then we're not breaking that low. We're not breaking it. We're opening up right at there. We go push it back here. We get up here by the end of the week. That's telling us, okay, next week we might break that and then head higher. Possible. Okay? Now, if we can't get back above 549.50, that's a problem, and we're going to go lower. Where are we going to go to? Well, we know we're going to go 543, 535. Okay, 535 we've been targeting for a while, right? Been saying it was going to go there for a while. Now, okay, and then 510, 547, right? We said that last week. We said 487 is a possibility. Okay, we said 487 is a possibility. We come down here. We could even go a little bit more, 470, but we said 487 is definitely a possibility. Okay, so we do got a squeeze firing down from here. Now the thing is, from here, this is exactly why we need to close around 563 this week. Is because if we look at our chart here, all right, we have this bear flag here. Okay, this fired down this week. And it reversed. Okay, it reversed, and right here at 563.50, okay, it is forming a reversal pattern, which is called a piercing line reversal. Now, if that holds that way, then next week we could possibly turn around and go higher. Okay, if that holds. But again, remember, we have to get back above 49.50 by the morning or after hours. Okay, we got to get back above 49.50. Okay, we got to get back above 49.50 and hold it. And once that happens, we need to get back over 556.60. And if that all happens, then there's a good chance that we get to 563.50. And if we could end Friday at 563.50, that is telling me that we will go to we would have that reversal on the weekly, and we could go break that, and we could head higher. Okay, so tomorrow was a big deal, right? I said today was a big deal. April 2nd. I said April 2nd is a big deal. It's a big deal. Okay, now after everything's said and done, we got to figure out, okay, the move is this? Is this the move after hours? Is it going to continue the move, or is this the move that is supposed to scare you, and then tomorrow the actual move comes in and it gets saved by Friday, and then it rallies on up next week? Okay, so that's the situation that we're in right now. Now, either way, it's not really giving you direction currently, because we need it. That 549.50 is kind of the line in the sand. Why is it the line in the sand? Because that's where it's been holding. Okay, so we held it here. Okay, we held it here. Okay, now after hours we need to hold it again, and if we can't hold it, then that's gonna be a solid area of support that it's been holding. If we could get back up here by the end of the week, then it's going to tell us, hey, there's a strong possibility that next week we break this downtrend and we come back to that 575, test that again, and then rally on up. Okay, that's a possibility. Now, if not, we stay below 549.50. Okay, we stay below there. That's when you tell you, okay, this is weak. It can't hold that previous low. Okay, we're gonna go down 543, 535, and 510. Okay, 510. Okay, and it's gonna go in that order. So the mid-level channel is right here on this SPY, right? Yeah, on this SPY, on this large monthly channel. Okay, the mid-level is right, and the 20 SMA is going to be right at 535. Okay, so there's not a problem with it hitting 535 and then bouncing from there. That's the 20 SMA monthly. Okay, could definitely do that, but I think if it does come all the way down there, I think that there's a possibility that we just go down to 510 and 587. Okay, now here's the other thing. If we do get 563 by the end of the week, okay, we don't even need 564. We need 563.50. Okay, if we do get that, if we bounce back, we rally back to 563.50. Okay, we will most likely run the rest of the month and possibly get back towards 597, 600 by the end of the month. That's a possibility because this is forming a potential bullish engulfing. And if that happens, I think by the end of the month we could do 597 or 599. Okay, we could definitely do that. If and only if we get back to 563.50 right here. Okay, by Friday. Okay, if not, this is the top here, and we're gonna come down. Okay, and that's the situation that we're in, and that's just what it's gonna be. Let the market digest the tariffs. Let it digest any retaliation, because you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, countries will come out and say, okay, we're reducing our tariffs, or we're pulling out or reducing our tariffs. If they're reducing our tariffs or pulling our tariffs, whatever it is, if anything positive comes out of this, then it's going to signal a rally in the markets. Okay, now if things come out negative and the market, countries are saying, you know what, we're going to increase our tariffs, then that's just going to go out for an all-off tariff war, and then the market's going to freaking sink and die down. But, there's nothing new. They said that they were going to do this April 2nd. They gave them a couple of months. There's been time to them to negotiate. Maybe they think it was going to happen. It happened. So now it's time for them to go to the table. Now, if they go to the table and they negotiate and they say, we're going to increase or we're going to decrease, whatever it is, if they decrease tariffs, markets should rally. Because if I've seen the tariff charts, right, it's pretty much either it's 1-to-1 or it's about 50% to 1. Okay, now if the countries are that trade heavily with us are 50% of 1, right, like they have double of what we're tariffing them. If they come down whatever amount, we're gonna come down, or we should come down, right? If that's just a theory that it should equal the same of what we're currently doing to what they're potentially doing. So if they come down, we will come down. If we don't come down, there's a whole different story. But I think it would come down as well because that's just negotiation. That's how negotiations happen. So if that's positive, then the market should rally because there's more money coming into the economy or into this or to the United States or whatever, and there's not going to be all of tariff war. Now, if there it comes out to be people increasing or countries increasing tariffs and trying to fight and hold off tariff war, then that's going to bring extreme uncertainty, and the market's going to tank, and we're gonna go to five. We're gonna go to 510. We're gonna go to 487. Okay, we're gonna go down to 450 or 470. We're gonna go there. We're gonna go to the lower end of this chart if there's an all-out tariff war. Okay, and that's just how it's gonna be, because if there's an all-out tariff war and there's a bunch of back and forth, there's gonna be extreme uncertainty, and with that extreme uncertainty, there's gonna be a lot of selling. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of selling, and that's gonna be across the board, right? So, I am just telling you both scenarios. So we don't know the repercussions yet. So we know what the tariffs are now. Okay, that's been done. Market reacted positive then negative. Okay, now we just don't know what the reaction is gonna be. So the reaction is more important. Okay, it's just like a Fed meeting, right? When the Fed meeting comes out, we always know the whatever it comes out in the beginning, it does, and then it's the opposite of the reaction. So I don't know if this is going to be the same. Okay, but all I know is we have to wait for the reaction. Okay, the reaction of the countries. We should hear about it tonight and tomorrow morning. What countries are going to do? Okay, maybe not all countries, but we're going to hear. Especially countries that are really upset. They're gonna look over everything. They're gonna probably digest it, and they're gonna come back and say, okay, we're gonna do this, or we're gonna erase that, whatever it is. Okay, so we're gonna see that by these 2 next days. We're gonna see that, I'm sure. So these next 2 days, we're gonna see that, and that's gonna give us the idea of, hey, are we taking off back to 563 by Friday, 63.50, or are we just sinking and we're just gonna take off to 535 by Friday? Okay. So that's my whole spiel on SPY and ES and how that's gonna affect and how the tariffs are affecting. Okay. It's all out about what the reaction is gonna be with other countries. Are they gonna increase? Because you hear a lot of noise on the news and everything that if they're going to increase, we're going to increase. Okay, you're going to increase this, I'm going to increase the same amount. All this stuff, but it all comes down to if they're going to do it. It all comes down to the reactionary of the actions that got placed today. Okay, so let's figure out what actions they're going to do before we start panicking and figuring out strategies if we don't know the reaction yet. Okay, so you still got to be both ways until the end of the week, till there's more clarity. Okay, because if you go all in puts now and then there's a positive reaction towards the U.S. by de-escalation and putting down tariffs, then guess what? The market's gonna rip. But if there's just a whole bunch of negative and saying we're gonna put more tariffs on you and everything, and there's a whole lot of tariff war, then great. The market's gonna sink. But waiting that extra day or two just before you decide to make your whole decision is gonna make it a lot better. A lot better. All right, so let's look at Qs. All right. So Qs, here we had the same thing here. We didn't get back over here, but we did come back right here, and then we dropped. Okay, the Qs. So let me see if I could take that. All right. So here, let me just redo this. All right, so the Qs here hit that area, the 200 SMA here, dropped it down. Okay, we went lower than this this previous low here at 466.43. All right, and we essentially this is the same thing. This is a bear flag. Okay, fired the bear flag down, reversed, got back up, held it. Okay, came up, hit the 20 SMA, and now went back down to this previous low, 558, 458, 458. Okay, so we'll take a look at that on the 4 hour. Okay, so here's the same thing. Same scenario is going to work with the Qs. If the Qs could get back above 463, okay, that will give them a chance to get back above 467. Let me see where they need to be at. Okay, the Qs need to be at 478. Okay, so 478 is right at that 20 SMA. So let's type that in right there. 478. Okay. End week here for bullishness. For bull. Okay. All right. So you end week here for the bullishness. 478. All right. Now, if we could get back over 463, we get back over 467.50 by tomorrow morning. You know, we could have a chance to end the week right here. Now, considering that we're probably going to be Friday, that's really going to be the day that either takes off or not. Okay. Tomorrow is going to be a day that we want to be above either one of these levels, 463 or 467. And that's it. Okay, that's what we need to be. That's what we need to be. Friday is going to be probably end of the day. It's going to either make a decision or if we are above these. I'm not saying that we will be. I'm just saying if we are above these levels here, it's going to be Friday that's going to make the big decision at the end of the day. Okay, and if it could get there at the end of the day, that's going to be a very good indication that we could go higher the rest of the month. Okay, so that's the situation that we're in. Okay, we need to be above 463.50, 467.50, and then Friday we need to end at 478. We need to end at 478 and near 478. If that none of this happens, if we can't get back above these levels, you know, we're just dropping off. And where are we going to drop off to? We're going to drop off to $452, $451.50, $438, essentially $417.50. You know, and then the big ones, $400, $400 area, and about $385. $385.50. Okay. So there is some support here, but we're actually hitting kind of almost the middle of the trend line there. Okay, we see that the 20 SMA is right at 453.88. So right pretty much at that first target in that trend line. Okay. Now again, if we could do that this week, by the end of the week, we could do that by the end of the week, then there's a big possibility that this candle here it's a monthly candle, and we're only in the beginning of the month, April 2nd. Okay? So it's a long month ahead of us. It's only 2 days into the month. And this candle just started, and it's already, it's a gap down candle. So those gap down candles can situate a bullish engulfing candle. So if we could get to that 478 by the end of the week, okay, that's $2 more than the high was, or what the close was today on there. If we could get there by Friday, there's a good chance that we could get to 512, 512, or even 490 to 512 by the end of the month. Okay. So those are our two situations. By Friday, if we're not 478, then we should be going down to 451, 438, 417, 400, 385. Okay. So we got our full out discussion and idea of what SPY is doing, and then we got our full out discussion about what Qs are doing. Okay. So that is what we are situating right now. Okay. Let's see here. All right, let's go into IWM. But I mean, all of these things are going to be quite the same, But I will take a look at this here. Okay. So this is monthly on IWM. Same situation here, gap down, possible there. Okay, the weekly here. Again, weekly, again, possible 203, 203.70. 203.70, this needs to be above. Okay. So, same idea as all of them. This one has a bullish divergence on it as well. As you can see, like it's coming up. But, obviously after hours is down. After hours is down here. So, we need to get by 207. Right there, 207.70. We need to get back above there by Friday in order for this to be bullish. Okay. And so this is down. So this needs a big move. 207 from where it is now at 193. That needs a 14-point move. So if that could get a 14-point move in 2 days, that's a big, giant move. I mean, it's a huge move. It had a huge move today, and that was only, 3 points. So we're going to have to find, if that happens, I think what's going to happen is tomorrow morning we're gonna open up at probably 197.50. If it does that, then 197.50, we only need a $9 move. Right? We only need no $10 move. We only need a $10 move. $10 move to that 207.75. In 2 days, that could happen, right? And who knows? Maybe we rally up somewhat tomorrow, and then after hours on Thursday, it's gonna rally up. It's probably gonna do that. Honestly, with all of that, with all the action that's gonna happen, and all the countries that are on different times, we're probably gonna get one big rally after hours. So I'm thinking Fridays after hours, not Friday, but Thursday after hours is going to be the biggest contributor to the run up. So tomorrow we're going to see if any of this holds in this area. And if it does, I would say Friday lottos for calls or puts are going to be the big winners. You could do a straddle, strangle, and I think it's going to have a massive move after hours on Thursday night into Friday morning. And whether it's going to go up or down. Maybe we get back here and it's going to play you and we're still going to sink. Either way, I think that if we do get back up here, it's a possibility that we rally. Okay? But there's also that possibility that we sink because you don't know what the tariff talk is going to be a Thursday night and Friday morning. So if we get some positivity back here and we're kind of just in limbo, then Friday morning and Thursday night are going to be the big giant run up. It could run up 5-6%. Okay, just rally on up hard. Okay, and I think that's what's coming. I think that's exactly what's coming. You're going to get, whatever we're going to get tomorrow. But Friday morning and Thursday night, we're going to get the huge offer. We're going to get the huge offer. I mean, the huge run up or run down. Either way, it's going to run up or run down, I think, Thursday night, Friday morning. Okay. Because why would they give it to you 2 straight days in a row? They're going to give it to you the worst way they could give it to you, and that's going to be after hours before the Friday, because we have to close at those levels. We either have to close above, we have to close at 207.50 or 207.70, or we got to close below. We got to close below 197.50, and we won't just close below that. We're gonna close below 195. If not even, we're gonna go to 192.66. So if we're at 198 tomorrow, 199. Okay, if we're still right there, you have say we're at 199. You have a straddle position for 205 and 195. Easy. Right there. You could strangle it or straddle it. It doesn't matter. But you have to be going past 205 by Friday. And you have to go past 195 by Friday. So if you get either one of those on a Friday lotto and just let them run, because you know where you're going 192 or 207. That's going to be easy. It's like an easy play. Because it's gonna rally up that either way. Another situation you could do, and this could go across the board, SPY, QQQ, IWM, DIA, whatever you want. You could straddle both of them a month out, because right here, right now, is where the big move is coming. This week into next week. This is the big move that's coming, okay? See, we have a squeeze forming, okay? We have a squeeze forming across a lot of time frames, okay? So if we don't do nothing tomorrow, right, we magically come back to 197, 199, and we don't do anything from what we did today. We're down, 4 points, whatever. Not a big deal. 3 4 points, not a big deal. But if we're just here, we straddle 205, 190, or 205's 195 calls for either Friday or 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out, a month out. You're gonna get paid. You're gonna get paid. It's just it's gonna make its big move. It's gonna make its big move, but after the reaction. And the good thing is the implied volatility for the tariffs are probably going down somewhat because the tariff news is out. So the implied volatility on how much options cost probably going down a little bit. But the reactionary period is now in effect. So now we're going to be looking into how's the market going to react? How's the country's going to react? How are that going to affect the market? And that's where the big move comes. The massive move comes. So don't think, we're all done, because we're not. All right. Yeah, I'm definitely going to buy those straddles and strangles. I mean, it's just the smartest move. It's the smartest move to do in this situation, because you're gonna get that move, and it's gonna be after hours, and I guarantee you it's gonna be after hours. It's gonna be after hours. You're not gonna be able to trade it. You're probably gonna see a situation where it's gonna go the opposite way during the market, and then after hours it just freaking rips it into a huge day, and you're not be able to do anything about it because it's after hours. And that's what they do, just like they did today, where they ripped it all day today, and then tomorrow, they drop it back down, and they ripped it up today, and then they dropped it all the way back down, and they're probably going to open it flat. So all the long calls you had are probably going to open flat. All the puts you got, they're probably going to be up, but they're not going to be up that as much as you think they're going to be here. So, that could be the situation. But if this keeps going down again, 192, it's already at 192 here. If we go up, we go up. If we don't, look, if we're below 192, then hey, that's where we're going. We're sinking, because that area here is a big area of support. Well, 191 and 192 area, that's a big area of support. So if we get past that, not only did we get past let's just clear it out. Not only did we get past this and this zone right here, not only did we get past that, but we're going to get past this. And if we get past this zone right here, if we get past that zone, then, we're going to 177, and then we're going to come back to this zone at 162. So here's that zone, the beginning of that zone, the ending of this zone. Okay, if we fall back into this zone, that zone is from 162 to 190. Okay, so we fall back into that zone. That's bad, right? Which could happen. It could happen, but again, I don't know what's gonna happen after hours, but I tell you, if whatever reason, somehow, some way, we get back up in here on SPY, QQQ, IWM, DIA, and all of them. They're all, if one does it, they're all gonna do it. Okay, if we get back into the zone that we're in, today's low, if we even get today's low, right, yesterday's low, okay, in this zone right here, that's 197 area. We get back there somehow in the morning, then they're messing with us, and we're waiting for the reactionary. Okay, the reaction. We want the reaction from other countries, and then that's where the big moves only come. Okay. And it might not be it might not happen until again after hours the next day. Okay, so but we know the move. So if we get back over here at 199, we know it's 205, 195 puts. Okay, and if we get back, if we're just open up at under 192, we either bounce hard during the day, or this one's going. This one is going. This one is going 185. 185. But I really don't think it cuts through. I really don't think it cuts through 191, 192 so easily. And I think that's where it is right now, right? It's there right now. Yeah, 191 to 192. I don't think it cuts through here so easily because there's too much support. So I think that does get a bounce back after hours. We'll see though. We'll see how it happens. We'll see how it happens. But that's what I'm thinking about. That's why I've been not really doing much to say. I've been holding the puts. I've been getting some calls, just getting on both sides, seeing which one is going to work out, getting them for a little longer dated because you need to have the reactionary. You need to have that reactionary. All right, let's look at the diamonds. Okay. Okay, diamonds here. Okay. All right, so here's another one, right? DIA, which had a bullish divergence here. Well, not really. This one didn't have a bullish divergence. Sorry, no, never mind. That's not a bullish divergence there. Well, we had the drop out of this consolidation point. We had the drop out, and then we came back in, and then we came out, and then we came back in. Possible high end W pattern here. That's what I was thinking. Possible high end W pattern, because you could get a double bottom W pattern. You could have a low end W pattern, and you could have a high end W pattern. It just where the next low is, right? This made a higher low. You can make a lower low and then go. Then you can make a same low and then go. Okay. So this is a higher end W pattern. That's what I was thinking there. So let's look at where it is after hours. So after hours, it's right here, still at that low. Okay. So hit that low of 411. Okay, this one hit what 410.38, but held that 411. It's at 413 now. Okay, again, if this holds up, it'll hold that trend line. Okay, this could get back if it gets back up to 418.50. And this doesn't even need to be by tomorrow. This needs to be by. Let me see. Yeah, this doesn't even need to be by. If we could just if we could get to 420 by the end of the week, this one's good. This one's good to go. We don't need it to get 418 tomorrow. We don't need to get 418 tomorrow. So it's right here. If it just gets 418, 420 by Friday, this is still good. It's still good. And as long as it closes above 418.58 by Friday, Dow is still good because this is the line in the sand. I would like it to get above that 200 estimate, but it doesn't have to. But above that 418.50, that is necessary because that is the fallout part. Okay, it's the fallout part. So here's that big consolidation. Okay, we could drop out, we fall out. Okay, and we fall out. Let's see here. What high is this? 488. 488. 400. Yep, that gap is filled there. So there's a big There's a big. I have kind of a big feeling that it will get back there. You know, well, I don't know if I'll be wrong, but I just have a feeling by Friday we'll be at 420. Um, I want to see more action and everything, but I feel like we should have, especially the Dow. The Dow has like major companies in the Dow is U.S. stocks, I believe. I believe so. I think it's just market action, but I think this could be a really good spot to be in for the Dow. I think that if you get in here at the open, um, and it gets back to 418, 420 by Friday, I think that this thing is going to develop a channel here and start rising back up. But we'll see. But the Dow, I do think that's going to be a good one above 418.50. Anything below 411, anything below 411.50, no, I don't like it at all. But above 418.50, above 420, like it a lot. Like it a lot. Okay. All right. So, recap on everything. Okay, we're waiting for reactions. Okay? We want reactions. We're going to get reactions. The reactions that we want doesn't matter. We're not going to get them until after hours. Probably we'll get some tomorrow. We'll probably get some tonight. We'll probably get some tonight. We'll probably get some tomorrow morning. Okay, those action reactions are gonna take us wherever, and then Thursday night, Friday morning is the big reactions. Those are the reactions that we are really anticipating getting. So those ones, we just gotta be more patient until Thursday Thursday night. So we're gonna get some lottos Thursday, tomorrow near the close, right? Yeah, probably near the close. We'll probably chop around a little bit, but Friday near the close, and we'll see. We will see how the market is going to react. Okay. All right. Let's get into some stocks here. All right. Pacey. Okay. 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 Paycom software. Okay. Mm, Paycom software. Doesn't look like much is gonna happen here. Not that I see, unless there's gonna be a big news event or some news is coming out or earnings or something. I don't see this moving much. Not right now. You have a law a you have a very long consolidation period here. Okay, you're in an uptrend, but you didn't have a reaction until earnings, Earnings popped up and then it withered out. This earnings didn't do anything, popped it up just a little bit, and then it came back down, and it's just kind of it's slowly going up into this consolidation. But you're gonna have to wait probably another 3 months for it to actually do something big. So this one, I'm not saying it's gonna drop off, but it's gonna slow grind up, or it's gonna consolidate sideways, then slow grind up for the next 2 3 months. So that's what when is earnings next? 5/7. So 5/7 isn't your next big announcement. Um, I don't know if they're having any big announcements before that. I don't know the stock, but from what I see here, you're gonna chop around and have a slow grind up for the next 2 3 months. But you're not gonna pass. You're not. You're gonna be stuck between. You're gonna be stuck between 211 and 230 in that consolidation, and I don't think you go higher than 235 overall. If you do, you're gonna get smacked down really hard in the 240s. But for right here, um, this is a bull flag, but it's probably gonna go sideways. Just the way that this stock acts and reacts and its behavior. Um, and look, if I'm wrong and it does break out, I'd get out of it 240, anywhere near 240, because after it gets that area, it's gonna smack right back down, and then consolidate. So that's my 2 cents on that one. Okay. All right. Goldman Sachs. Okay. So Goldman Sachs here got that long-term trend line here. Okay. We can even do this here. Let me grab that. That long-term. Let's see. Got that long-term channel. Okay, it pretty much lines up the same. Wait, let me go back there. Okay. All right. So it gets that long-term channel there. Okay, hit the channel, rejected. Now we got a bear flag, okay? And a potential head and shoulders. Potential head and shoulders right here. We got one shoulder. We got the head. And this could be, essentially the right shoulder forming. Okay, it's forming. Whenever you have a channel or a trend line and you break down and then you come back and test it and then you fall back down, that's usually a head and shoulders pattern. Okay, so then we go to the daily. Okay, so the daily, we hit the 50 right there and then we dropped. Coming back here. All right, you passed the 20 SMA today. Okay, did you gap fill? No gap fill. Okay. So now where are you at after hours here? Okay, so you gave up everything that you did today after hours. Okay. So we opened up at 539 and we closed at 563. Okay, and then gave it up after hours. Okay, so we're gonna hold it right here. So now, okay, so today would be a wash because we're not above the 20 SMA anymore. So here's the thing: the 200 SMA is right at 543.77. Okay, so if you're bullish on this stock, you want to be above that. Okay, if you're below that, you got weakness. And if you're below 526, you gotta head and shoulders firing down. So that's the thing. Tomorrow you gotta open up at 544. You gotta open up at 544 and hold it in order to be bullish. Now, if you don't want it to be bullish, you gotta lose that 544, get below the 200 SMA at 543.77, and come back down to 526 and test that. And we lose that, you go down. Okay, you want it to be bullish, you gotta hold that 544, and then you gotta go back up, and you want to clear that 554 by the end of the week. Okay, if you could do that, then you could potentially test 580 again, and then probably test 595 again to test that channel that you fell out of. Okay, but if you test 579 again and you fall, then that just means you're making lower highs, and that drop from the channel is valid, and you're gonna go lower. Okay, so that's the deal with GS. Okay, if you can't stay above 544, you got problems. And if you lose 538, you got problems. You lose 533, you got problems. You lose 526, you got big problems. Okay, you hold 544, you're good. You clear 555, you're really good. Okay. All right. All right, SLV. All right, SLV. SLV is a little choppy, sporadic, but it's in an uptrend, and the uptrend looks good. Okay, as long as it's above, what was that? 30. As long as it stays above 30, you're still bullish. You're overall bullish. There's no bearish divergence, is there? Let me see. Not quite. No, not quite. So no bearish divergence. We do have resistance at that 31 area that keeps getting hit down. So we hit that 31 area. We got back down. Okay, we came up here. Okay, we broke that. We hit what, 31.30 on Friday. Was that Friday? Yeah, 31.40 on Friday. Then we came back down, hit that 20 SMA, and now we're chilling right here. Okay, we're still an uptrend going up. We're making higher highs, and essentially, if this is a higher low, we're making higher lows. So we're still uptrending. So what does it look like after hours? What does it look like after hours? Well, let's see. It dropped and then came back, so it's at 30.74. So it's not really affected because we closed at 30.76. So we're only 2 cents down. Well, let's see. Yeah, 30.74. So it's not really affected. It's not really affected so much. 1 cent, not, or 2 cents, not too bad. Chopping around. Okay, that 31 had that problems there. So we're gonna have to see if that breaks through. Right now, it's just consolidation. It has a uphill, it has a uptrending manner, but it's just consolidation right now. All right. Okay. All right. X gonna give it to you. Okay. So X. Now, what's going on with X here? X took off last week. Okay, so here's a monthly chart. Last month, it broke out, hit 44.84, right? Now this month, so that's the breakout point, 41.56. Okay, that's our breakout point. Okay, now we're holding that. Okay, and we're forming um, a little bull flag there on the weekly there. Okay, and the essentially a daily. We popped it to 44.80, 85 or 87, and then we sold back off, and now we're holding that previous breakout. So as long as we hold that previous breakout, it's holding its feet, right? It's grabbing its feet. It's collecting itself, and it didn't like 44.85 or 44.87. Didn't like that too much, right? That was a price target though, so it's okay if it rejects the price target because that was the price target. We knew that was resistance in the first place. So it popped there, sold off, okay, and we're holding that 41.50, which is good because that's a support. So as long as we hold that, we're fine, and it should keep going. Okay, nice uptrend, pull back, bull flag, fired, hit. Okay, pull back here, holding where it should be holding, and looks good. Nothing wrong with it that I see. Okay, I didn't. You don't like this. Look, it went to 47 and then came back under. Yeah, but it's holding right here. That's where it needs a hold. Okay, okay. This needs to get above 50. This needs to pop off that way. But as long as we're above 41.50, no problem there. No problem at all. Okay. No problem at all. Let me see. Do we have any resistance here? Okay. Let's see here. Okay. That could be a channel right there. So we hit the top of that. We need to chop around maybe a little bit and then start making its room. Just needs to make room. Okay, it rallied from dropped, lost the channel, got it back immediately. Okay, that's great. Okay, rallied up there. Okay, it just needs room. I think it just needs room. Just needs room. All right, we go from X to XLF. All right, so XLF. Okay, we had told you guys to get XLF puts several times here, right? When we got filled, we made some money there, and then we said get them again here. Okay, we made some money there. Okay, now it got back over. As long as it doesn't break 50.70, or I mean even 50.50, I mean it's still good to go down. Okay, so I mean this could fake you out. You ever heard of like the drop and then the rally? Think you guys are gonna take off again and then it drops again? Remember, I said this is building a head and shoulders, right? So let's see that head and shoulders. All right, perfect. So here's that head and shoulders pattern right there. 47.20 is the head. I mean the shoulders. So here, let me type that in for you. Shoulders. Shoulder on the weekly. There's the shoulder. Here's the left. I mean, here's the neck. I'm sorry. Why did I put shoulders there? I'm tripping. That is the neck. Okay. That's the neck. Okay, that's the neck. Here's the left shoulder. Here's the head. And then here is the right shoulder. As long as it doesn't clear 50, 70, and get back inside the head, it's the right shoulder, and it should drop off. Okay. Bearish divergence. Good. Okay, bounce on the 50, but as long as it doesn't break this, it's still Still bearish divergence. Okay. All right. Let's see. So daily, look at that. You know, you see it all the same. One shoulder, bounce, head. Okay, next shoulder, bounce right. Okay, shoulder. Okay, let's see. After hours, where are we at? Okay, after hours, hit that 50 after hours and then dropped. Okay, now we're at what, 49? So let's see here. I think that should be good. Yeah, I think that should be good. Had that breakout and then had that bearish engulfing. Yep, that breakout, then bearish engulfing, got back inside the channel. So as long as we don't clear out 50 again, I think this should head lower. Head lower. I think so. Okay, so 48.30 would be our next target, and then 47.20. And then that's where the truth comes out, if it's going to be a head and shoulders pattern breaks down. Okay. But yeah, the moving averages, so we're below, we're at what, 49 right now? Okay. So as long as we don't break above this 50, okay, get back, what is that, 50 or is that, it's 49.96, so yeah, 50. As long as we don't break above that, it should be completely fine to head lower again, continue down. Okay, if that head and shoulders is going to work out. Again, if this clears that 50, you know, we got issues with the puts, right? We got issues with the puts. It's not going to work out. It's going to probably go test that 50.70. If we get back above 50.70, now that's going to be really bad for the puts. But right now they're fine. Right now they are fine. Okay. Okay. Let's see. AT&T. See, I said AT&T and Amazon. I mean, not Amazon. I'm so sorry. Not Amazon. I said AT&T and Verizon Wireless were really good stocks to buy last year. I said they provide dividends and they're growing right now. And damn, look at this stock. It took off. Yeah, we set it around this area too, around 13 and 14, and that thing took off to 28. So if you got in there for your long-term holds, you made money on dividends and the growth. So good for you if you did. If not, I think it's too late. I think it's a little too late. I mean, if you still want the dividends are fine. I mean, when this stock was $13, it was still giving 30 cents. So $15 is giving that too. 30 cents. But now it looks a little tired. Okay, we got a bearish divergence there. Got a bearish divergence, and if it does not hold, if it doesn't hold 27.97, fix that for you. 27.97. You know, if it doesn't hold 27.97, then we come back here to 27. Okay, and if that doesn't hold this big consolidation zone, it's gonna chop around for a while. Right here, it's gonna chop around for a while, and actually, it's gonna be more like this consolidation area right here. It's gonna chop around, so we'll have the upper end of that breakout fall back inside, and then if it does, it's gonna be chopping around in this area for a while, and it will make sense. because this area here is resistance. So this area, it's already hitting that resistance area. So it would have to build a bull flag there. You know, it could maybe go a little tiny higher, but I see that this barely broke out here last week, and then this one is having difficulties holding that. So I think this falls back inside here. So, but a nice run up since we talked about it. Otherwise, you know, this could be a short term top. Okay, so if it's too tired this week and it ends under 27.97, you know that it's gonna be dividends. Okay, it's not gonna be any growth, and that's fine because they're not really supposed to be growth. But when you get them on the down, uh, if you get it on the downside, I mean, if you get it on the downside, it could be a growth stock. But typically these stocks like this, AT&T, Verizon, they don't really grow like that. They just stay stagnant and you get dividends. They're supposed to be safe stocks. But these ones got hurt real bad, and you got a little bit of growth out of them. You know, $13, $14. You look at it now, you know, you doubled your money, and you got dividends on the way. That's pretty good. You know, we mentioned this one. I swear it was last year. I remembered it vividly. I said this one. I said Verizon. I said AT&T, and I said Philip Morris. That's what I said. Let's see, Verizon. Okay, and we said down here around 38. This one went to what, 44, but this one gives a bigger dividend. It costs more though as well. And then I think I forgot what Philip Morris is. Is it Philip Morris? Let me see. It's PM. Okay, PM. Yeah, Philip Morris PM. I believe we mentioned Philip Morris down here in the 100s or the 90s or the 100s, and this one pays a big dividend, and well, it costs a lot more though, and it went up 50% or 60%. So those three stocks did well. If we people were asking me long term holds, those long term holds did well. All right, let's move on. Okay. Let's see. URA. Let's see. Like today, your puts expired at 4:15. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's why you get. That's why you should get it for Friday. So get them for Friday, or the next day after a big event. Don't get them the same day an event happens because it's typically gonna be at the end of the day. So if you I had SPY calls for the 3rd, which is tomorrow. I sold most of them today. I only had one, for the lottos at least. Um, so it wasn't that bad. But you should always get them Friday or the day after, so that you have some time. So you have some time to hedge, to have to be hedged. All right, URA, uranium. Okay. Did we do this one last time? I think we did, right? Okay. You know, I think it's still a good buy. I think I said it was a good buy last time. Triple bottom, double bottom, previous resistance here, good support. I think it holds. I think it pops up. You know, it has a bullish divergence on it somewhat. I still think this one's still a good buy. Uranium. And I think it's still good. This level right here, 23, is a very strong level. It's holding it, holding it, holding it. Um, what is it? Is it down after hours? Oh, it's down. Yeah, it's down, but can it get back above 50? Well, here's the thing. All right, so if you're still down after hours, below 2250. If you're below 2250, don't touch it. Don't mess with it. Now, if you're above that, I say go ahead, have fun, get it. You're gonna go back to 23, and then you're gonna take off probably to 2440 and 25 and 2550. Okay, and then eventually 27, because this could be the bottom and the W pattern. And the W pattern's first target is 25. And the next target is going to be 27. And the final target would be 30 if that was a W pattern. Just like this one. So you see this W pattern? We have this W pattern here. Okay, we hit first target was at 27. Okay, next target was this 2950. And it hit all of those targets and then even more. Those targets aren't correlated with the W pattern, only those two. But this one is a bull flag, and that one was a top out. But if this is another W pattern here, and you're at the bottom, 25 is going to be your first target, 27, and then 30. All right. Okay. COPX. Okay, we're right on the trend line of this here. Okay, right on that trend line. Let me see that trend line here. Okay, we're right on that trend line here. Okay, it has been chopping around a lot here. Okay, that's a lot of chop area. Still in that chop area, but you're on the lower end trend line. Okay, squeeze forming. RSI trying to rise up. Can't get through that 50. But still, I think this is a good area to buy it. What's it? It's down after hours as well. Let's see. Down after hours as well. Same thing here. Same thing gonna do with that. If we're above 38 in the morning, I say it's a go, and it's going to come back up, and we'll be back around here, 38.90, 39. If we're below it, just it's probably no go, because below it might revisit 36, it's 80 before it pops back up. But do I think it's going to lose this? I don't think so. I think let's see. Let's see. So it rejected, came back, and we've kind of just been chopping around here. If it rejects there, it's going to go down to 34, and then 30. But it still has so much more room to go up here. I don't think it does. I think it holds. Okay, so could be a nice opportunity there. All right. Meta. Here we go. All right, Meta here. Let's see here. Okay, Meta now is this. Okay. All right, let's see. So grab some of these things off here. Okay. Could see better there. Okay. All right. So here's the thing about Meta, right? Meta had this purple bullish channel here. All right. So we had that purple bullish channel. Okay, we fell off from 740. Fell off. Okay, and then we came back, bounced, and hit that purple line, and we dropped still. Okay, so we tested that purple line, and we failed, and we're dropping to the 50, and we held the 50 at 561. Okay, our side below 50. Okay, and that's the weekly. Okay, monthly ugly channel so far. I mean, ugly candle so far. We had that rejection candle, and then we have a big down candle. Okay, this is a confirmation of that rejection candle. Okay, that should take us down to 500, 497. That's target. So 541 is target, 497 is target. Now, let's go to the daily. The daily has what? Does it have a bullish divergence? Yes, it has a little bullish divergence there. Okay, it has a little bullish divergence there. Okay. And it's holding the 200 SMA. Okay. 200 SMA is at 577. Okay, but it's like looking weak. This downtrending channel is still in play. Okay. The only thing I do like about it is that we had this low here at 573 and we lost it, and then we got it back and we're trying to hold it. Okay, now what are we doing after hours? Okay, after hours we're down to what, 564? Okay. Okay, so it double bottomed here after hours at 553. Okay. So what do we need it back at? Well, we need it back definitely above 576. Okay, but what we need it back above by Friday is 577.15. So if we could get it back above 577 this week, there may be a chance for it to essentially break 600. But it needs to break 600 to get out of this channel. So we break 600, we get out of the channel. Okay, we need to get back above 577 by Friday to be good. Hopefully, if you're in calls, it gets back, tomorrow. But if it doesn't, if we reject 577 and we drop, we go 553, 541. Okay, 541 is our target. Okay, and then essentially we go down to 500 or 497. That's our other target. And lower than that, okay, so we go 593. I mean 493. 493, and then if we go lower than that, we go 426. Okay. And if we somehow go lower than that, for some reason, we go 380. Okay. 380. All right. So right now, we have a potential to drop to 497, 493, and then 426, 380. That's if we do not get back above 577 by Friday. If we could get to 600 by Friday, that's even better. But if you could at least get to 577, over 577.20, then you're still in the game for calls. If you want it for puts and you need to reject 577 and you're going to drop it down to 553 and 541. Okay. Okay, Oxy, same thing we've been saying. Okay, it's consolidating in the zone. It's nice bullish W pattern bull flag. Has a little dragon pattern on it. Has a nice bull flag on it. Um, it's staying right here. But we said we need above that 50. Okay. Um, Oil's looking like this month, next month, these next 2 to 3 months, it's gonna go in a rip. Okay, we already see Chevron doing it. We see Exxon Mobil doing it. Oxy's a little lagger, but it just needs to clear this 50 and 51 area, and it has a nice little bull flag. Okay, this bull flag is really it's nice. Okay, as long as we stay above that 48 level, this bull flag is solid. Okay, RSI above 50. Volume is low because it's consolidating. Volume was high on the push up. That's good. So as long as we stay above that 48 level, this should set up and push it through 50, 51. And then once it clears that 53 area, we should go to 60. That's it. Once it clears that 53, we go 60. We go probably 60, 65. Okay, that's our target up there. We got 58, and then we got 65. Let me grab that. $65. Okay, so right now, like, what are we? Okay, so once we break out of this, that puts us to 61. Okay, so that's our other target there. 61. So grab that. 61 is our target above 63. I mean 53. So once we break that 53, we go 61. Okay, it's consolidating. Consolidate a little bit, but it's set up nicely. It should break that 63, 53, and then we go 61. All right. Overall, looks good. Okay, weekly here. Okay, we staying above that 48. Okay, you got the triple bottom there. We just need to get out. Okay, we already broke that downtrend. So yeah, we just need to clear that 53, and we should start cutting up. That 51 area is the main culprit. 50 and 51, those are the main culprits. But again, on the monthly, we could see. That's why I said I think this month we actually make a run for it, because we have this nice buy candle last month. We have this nice inverted hammer the month before that. Two nice reversal patterns. We have a nice setup for this month. It just started April 2nd. Today is April 2nd. It just started. So this essentially, we go to 52. And if we go to 52, we probably end at 53. And then next month we break it, and then we start running. So like I said, the next 2 to 3 months going to be great for oil. I think so. So we will see. Okay. 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 Tesla. Tesla. Okay, you see this downtrend that we've been in for a long time. All right. See this consolidation that we were in for quite a few times. That gap fill that we hit at 218, and that other gap fill at 255. We were inside that consolidation. Okay, we broke out of that symmetrical triangle pattern. Okay, we broke out of it on really good volume. Okay, boom, boom, boom. We got to the 200 SMA. Then this is the downtrend, the long-term downtrend. We were in between the 200 SMA and the long-term downtrend. We rejected the 200-day several times. We fell back inside of that consolidation here and got back out. Okay, and then we hit that this morning and rallied back up to that 295, 294.99, 295, 285, 285 area, right? All right. Now, where we at now after hours? We're right here. 266. Right here at 266. 266 right there. So, as long as we're above this area of 255, this downtrend area, we're fine. But as long as we're over here, 265, we're even better. So, even though we're here, I mean, Tesla's been sporadic, okay? Right? We're up here at 288, then we open up, okay, and we sell off to 268. And then all of a sudden we open up 272, and then we rally on up to 292. And then we open up, gap down 282, and then we sell off. And then we gap down to 243, and then we rally back up to 254, and then we rally back up to 278, and then we gap down to 253, and then we rally back up. So look, we could gap down again, and we could rally back up. Okay, this is just the sporadic craziness of it currently. Okay, so as long as it's not below 255, right? Especially not below 251. As long as we're not below there, if we're above 265, you know, you're still good. You're still good. Let's see. Let's check it out on the 4 hour. Okay, so we're right here. We're right above there. You know, it just took away pretty much the day. Okay, we get back up. We're here. We stay above. Okay, we don't need that no more. Okay, we stay above the 265. You know, this thing should keep going. Should keep going. See, every time it's been gapping down, it's been rallying up. Gap down, rallying up. Gap down, rallying up. So look, we're gapping down again. Maybe, hey, we rally back up to 297. Okay, we'll see. But it's already, what's that? 267 now. Whatever it opens at, as long as it opens above 265, I think it still has room to rally. Okay, there's been big days. So look, if you don't like it, then sell your Tesla at the end of the day. Buy in the morning, sell it at the end of the day. Okay, you're gonna maybe miss out on overnight action, but if it's too volatile for you, don't play it or sell it at the end of the day. Those are the only things I could tell you. Okay, MicroStrategy. Okay, MicroStrategy has this big consolidation here. Lost it, hit the 200 SMA, came back inside of it. We are right there inside of it still. Okay. Big support right at 285, 286. Okay. Large support there. Okay. Okay, we got the resistance right here. 438. Okay, we have mid line. We got mid level at 350, 348, 349. Okay. Okay, so let's take that back so we can see here. Okay, so essential downtrend here. Okay. All right. So above 20 SMA is 297. Okay. Below 50 SMA is 309. Okay. So where are we at now? Okay, so we're above that 299 area. We're at 300, 301. Okay, 301. Okay, this is, you know, this narrative is all day. Tomorrow, if we're back up to where we are at the open today, I think we're gonna rally into tomorrow. Or I mean, it all depends on Thursday night, Friday morning. But I think that there's a big chance that there's gonna be a rally if we're back at the open, and we in this zone right here. So I would say we're by three. If we're okay, the open was 301.79. Okay, so we're almost there now. Okay, so we're at 301 through 301.79. Okay, so let's see, 301.79. Okay, so 301.79 and 307.60. We get back above there, this thing could go. Look, there's the downtrend. Right here's the downtrend. Okay, we broke the downtrend. Now we came back. Now we're holding the downtrend. If that holds, we're still good, and we're gonna go. Okay, I think this one looks great. As long as we're not below 290, 298, then what's today's low? 297. So 297. As long as we're not below 297, I got no worries here. This one looks good. It looks good. I think it's gonna set up, and I think it's gonna be able to push towards that 350 area, the midterm level of this giant consolidation. Okay. Okay, Google. All right. So Google, big line is 161. Okay, that's where we need to get back over 161. Okay, here was a gap fill right here. Okay, that was a gap fill at 151. It hit the gap fill. Okay, it has a nice bullish divergence on the daily. All right, so bullish divergence, gap fill. Okay, two big things. Nice bullish volume on that gap fill day. Okay, lower volume here. Okay, now this 20 SMA is acting as resistance here. Okay, now we're at what, 153 after hours, right? 153, 35, 153. Okay, let's just say here. Okay. Okay, so the open here was there. Okay, and the mid level there was here. All right. So daily, everything looks good. Okay, so far so good. Gap fill, bullish divergence, large buying volume on that candle. All right. We go into the 4-hour here. Okay, we go in the 4-hour and we can see that double bottom action. That's like everything is showing. Everything's showing that double bottom action. The open here was the open yesterday was at the open yesterday was 154. Today was 155. So yesterday's low. This is yesterday's low. Okay, 153. So that's yesterday's low. So let's grab this and go here. Okay. So 155.57 is the day's open, and then we want to go here. 157. All right. Don't know how that I got mixed up, but there he is. And then this is yesterday's low. Okay. So we get back above 153.50. We got to go to 157.57. We get back above there. then there's a good possibility that we get to 157.75 and go to 160 by Friday. That's a very good possibility. If we don't clear 157 or 153.57, then we lose 151.41 and we go lower and we die out. Okay. Or we clear 153.57, we hit 155.57 and we reject and we go lower to that 151. Okay. But the big level to clear here is 155.57. That's the level to clear there. When you get above there, 57 and 161 are in the game. Before that, they're not in the game. So we reject that 155, 57, 151's in the game, and 150's in the game. Okay. Otherwise, this goes for the same as everything I've been saying about every other stock and the overall market. If we get back up by the morning and we're back to where we were today's morning, there's a good big chance that Thursday night, Friday morning, we rally after hours and we are up. Okay? Same thing here. All right? That's it. That is it. Okay. Okay. But overall, gap fill, large volume. I mean, it's a good possibility that this does rally up to 160, 161, 163. Okay, next one. HIMS. All right, HIMS. Wow. 173 to 31. Oh, actually to 27. Oh, big drop. Big tree fall hard. Okay. All right. Let's see this guy here. I think I told somebody else, right? Somebody else was like, what somebody else told me a couple weeks ago when this was like at 42 or 48, they wanted to see if it was a good time to get long. I said no. I said it rather like that and it tops off. This thing is it's gonna consolidate for a long time. Now is it done consolidating? I don't think so, but is it a good area to buy? That's the question. Okay, let's see. So the best area to buy is 24.50. That's the best area to buy. That would be a great area to buy. So we get there, 24.50, 24.60. You know, that's a great area to buy. That's a great buy level, 24.50, 24.60. Not that far away from it. Okay. So is it a good area to buy right now? Sure. But 24 or even 26, 23 of that 200 SMA, it's never tapped it in the recent events. It only tapped it where 9/16 last year September. Is that last year September? No, 24. Yeah, last year September. Okay, so is it a good buy now? Well, let's see. 4-hour chart. Well, see, this is a bear flag for sure. Okay, rejected the 50. Okay. So here, I'm going to tell you this right now. Okay. All right. If we get back above 29, 22, okay, this could reclaim this consolidation area, and we could stay in that 29-31 area. If it cannot get past that 29-22, we test that 28, And if that 28 is lost, then we go 26.50 and possibly 24. But 26.50 is probably the area where it's going to go. Or 26.20, where the 200 SMA is. And because this has rejecting the 50, we got to squeeze on it. Okay. But this might, react with the market and get back above, and it might be a good area to buy. But if it does not, it will test this 26.23, and I would be a buyer anywhere near here, because essentially my best buy point is 24.50. That's my best buy point. If I get it at 26.23, I'm only $2 away from my best buy point, or not even like $1.70 away from my best buy point. $1.75. Okay, so is it a good time to buy long term? It's in the ballpark. It's in the ballpark. Okay, my best area to buy would be right there at that 24.50 area, because not only is it a very strong area of support, it's also at the 50 SMA weekly, which is great, but also because it's at the very, very strong area of support. So anywhere near, so look, this previous high was 25.74. Okay, this previous low here is 24. So between that 24.60, great area to buy. I would love to buy there. Okay, now the 200 SMA is right now there at 26.23. So, will it hit the 200 SMA and go? Well, don't know that. But if you get it anywhere between 24 and 26, that's a good buy. It's a great buy. But are you going to hold it for a while? Probably. But is it a good buy? Yeah, it's a good buy. They don't give dividends, so not that I see. No dividends. But is it a great idea? Yeah, I think so. Okay. All right. That's it. That's what I got for you on that. Let's look at Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin attempted to break out today, okay, and that was looking good. And then it dropped back down, but it's still holding 83,000. So again, if we try to attempt to break it out again, it's right at the cusp. So remember, we tried to break out last time. I said Bitcoin was going to make a big move, and then it dropped, and then now it recovered. So it looks like it wants to go. So we got a squeeze forming with a positive. We got RSI right at that 50 area. It hasn't broke through it yet. It's rejecting, but if we could break it out of tomorrow, we get back and it goes. That's what I'm saying. We could have a really big move this week still, but I think it's gonna be Thursday night. Friday morning. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys. Oh wait, here we go. Let's see. Here, I'll do that one for you, guy. Sorry, you're a little bit late, but okay. Amazon should be quick. All right, Amazon. We broke out of a channel here. Okay, but the thing is, it's a monthly channel, so this is a possible bullish engulfing that could be formed. So here we have that possibility. Okay, now we go into the weekly. We see we lost the channel. We went back and tested it. We failed and came back. But if we could close Friday at 196, or even if we could close Friday at 200. If we could close Friday at 200, this would be a bullish engulfing, and this candle would cancel out, and it would still be inside this golden area. All right, but even if we close by Friday at 196.50, we could still have a reversal and go back up. But 200 would be even better, because then we have a bullish engulfing. Okay, so here we go. We hit that 197 area. So this was a consolidation. We lost and it reversed with some good volume. And then we pushed here, hit that 20 SMA. But here, this is what I'm talking about. That 200 SMA is right at 200. So if we could clear that 200 and close above it, that'd be the best situation. But if we could at least clear the 20 SMA by Friday at 197, that would be the next. That would be the next best thing. Okay. So after hours, we're down. We're down here. We're down here. Okay. Now, we need to get back above 191. So, let's see if tomorrow we could get back to that 191. If we could get back to 191 tomorrow, then there's a good chance that we go and test that 197. Okay. Now, if we can't get past that 191 and we lose 194.50, then we have big problems because then we're going to be dropping off. Dropping off to the 170 area. And that's going to confirm that we lost the channel. So right now we could still possibly get back in the channel. Okay, it's a monthly channel, so we could still possibly get back in there. But we need to get back that 191 tomorrow, and then we need to get that 197 to 200 by Friday. Okay, that's what we need to do. All right. All right, GLD. All right, GLD's been on a rampage here, and I think it hit all my targets to the upside: 270, 275, 280, 286. Okay, it's just been on a rampage there. Okay. So it looks a little tired. It's right at the top of the channel. I think that it consolidates for a little bit, or maybe pulls back a little bit. I think does it still go higher? It still has a good possibility, but I think right now it's tired. There's a lot of volume, but it's not moving. It's putting in these candles, which are hanging mans. So we have 2 hanging mans and 1 indecision candle. So that's usually telling me it's topping out. It's tired. But if this keeps going sideways, that's not going to be the case. Now, if this falls tomorrow or whatnot, and it comes back to this gap fill, that means that it's tired and it needs to pull back and chop around for a little bit, maybe even come back to 280. But if it goes sideways and it doesn't lose 286.60, it's just going to go sideways until it makes more room into this channel. Okay, until this channel. Right, and it could drop a little bit, but if it just chops around 2 more days, then I don't think it falls out completely. But if it goes sideways for a couple more days, then it's good, and then it could gap fill. It will be all right. It's still going to go higher. Okay, same idea with GDX. GDX is doing great, but right here it's tired. Okay, it made a bull flag, it fired it, and then it got rejected, and now it's holding. It's holding barely, so it's tired. I think it needs to consolidate a little while, and chill out. I don't think it's gonna keep hammering out. I think it's tired. I think it's gonna go sideways for a little bit. So it had its nice run up, but here it's telling me tiredness, and then coming back here, this is the high that it broke out of. That's the high. It's holding it, but barely. As long as it can keep holding it, it's gonna go sideways. We need to push up from there and get past that 97 or 47. That 47 area. So if we could, but this is probably the area it's going to consolidate in, And if it does pull back, then it's gonna come back right here, 44.50. Okay. All right, guys. That's all I got for you today. I hope you guys have a good week, and we'll see if that happens on Thursday night, Friday morning. All right. You guys have a good night. Bye.